Hi, this is Jonathan Weiner with Maryland China Company, and today I'm going to show you how to decorate using our sublimation mug wraps. We're going to use this wrap, in this case, to decorate one of our item 911 ceramic 11-ounce mugs. So what we've done is we've taken our printed transfer, we've taped it around with heat tape, the placement we want on this mug, and we're then going to use a piece of just plain copier paper. We call it blowout paper, and the purpose of this is to prevent ink from blowing out the back of the paper and then getting on your wrap, which you want to prevent because as you continue to use these wraps, if you get extra ink on them, they get on a design later as you're decorating and end up getting on another mug in a place you don't want that ink. So we're going to use this blowout paper and just tape that down with heat tape as well. So now we've got our transfer heat taped on, and now the blowout paper heat taped over that. And then we're going to use one of the wraps that we've already sized for our sublimation mug. So we put it in so that there's some material at the top and bottom, and we've centered it so that it will clip underneath the handle. And the purpose of tightening the wrap is so that when you click it, there's some tension there and it holds your transfer on airtight. You don't need to worry about making this so tight that you gotta do like your Incredible Hulk impersonation to get it to click and to loop on back there, but you do want it airtight. As long as it's airtight, you'll get a good transfer. So you may notice that this wrap is a lot shorter than the wrap I've got right here. And the reason is when we send you a new wrap, it comes in this length. And the purpose of it being long is so that it can wrap around our longer items like our dog bowls, our cookie jars, popcorn bowls, items like that. So you just have to go through a simple adjustment process in order to shorten it. So what we do is first, this is just going to be a sort of cheater's hint, is that the measurement that you care about for these items is from this pin to this pin when the wrap is just lying down. So I'm going to just tell you, using my tape measure, that that's about 9 3/4 inches. I would say we'll even aim for 9 1/2 to get a little extra tension there. Because you will find that over time, as you use the wraps, they do stretch a little. What's nice about our wraps is that they're adjustable, so as the material stretches due to the heat of repeatedly being put in the oven, you're able to tighten it up after, say, you decorate a mug 5 or 6 times, or use the wraps 5 or 6 times. You can then adjust to make the wrap tighter again so that you get that good tension. So I'm just going to use something like a screwdriver in order to push out this round pin that's in the back. So I'll just push that through one of the holes, taking that out. And then behind here is a square pin, and that's used for just locking this down. And I'm just gonna make one end a little tighter first. Actually, I'll do it down here. And then I'm just gonna wrap the material back over that square pin and get this round pin to maneuver back in there. The good news is that once you dedicate one of these wraps to, say, doing 11-ounce mugs, you don't have to adjust it very often. Since I measured it with this, the parts face up, I'm going to do that here as well. So here again, I'm just pushing through the round pin, moving my metal, my square pin. And this should be pretty close. Usually it takes a couple of times of adjusting in order to get it right. You can see here, I've actually got this about, maybe a 1/2 inch tighter. Should still be fine. It's not a super precise measurement. You can see that will still fit. I'd recommend maybe, that extra 1/4 inch tight probably was a little bit too much, but it's still going to work great. So now the other thing that you'll notice is I've got all of this extra material. If you're going to be using a wrap just for mugs and these items that have, you know, the smaller circumference or diameter, you can cut off your extra material. If you want to use this wrap again for, say, our cookie jar or our dog bowls, then leave it on there. It's not going to hurt anything. When you put your wrapped mug in the oven, you're going to want to put it in upside down. That'll allow heat to trap inside the mug. And you're going to want to put it in a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. It's going to depend on the power of your oven. We have a really strong commercial-grade kitchen oven that's a convection oven, so it circulates heat. It's very powerful. So we get by with about anywhere from 19 to 21 minutes. I've used this in less powerful, sort of the microwave size ovens that take closer to 30 minutes. But one thing you want to notice is that if your colors are faded when you're done this process, you didn't leave it in long enough, because you've got to allow everything to heat up. If you notice the blacks in your design begin turning brown, it means that you've left it in too long. So you're probably going to want to experiment a little bit with a mug to get your time right, but set it at 400. The wraps, you just need to get on there so that they're airtight, but the tension that I put here is probably a little bit too much. It'll be fine. This will stretch out over time, so I would leave it and just start doing my production that way. And then when you take these out of the oven, you're going to want to use your heat gloves because these will be very hot. And then you just unsnap it and then remove both the blowout paper and the transfer paper, and then you end up with your beautiful mug. In this case, we've got a nice Maryland mug from Maryland, China. This design was done by a designer with fish out of water. And that is it. If you would like our full catalog, we do have a sublimation section that begins on page 76 and lists all of our ceramic and porcelain sublimation items. The pricing is on our website at marylandchina.com. And if you have any questions, please visit our website or give us a call and let us know how your decorating is going. Thank you very much.